everybody, welcome to another video with Godly Wisdom Speaks. Today I share my experience with grad school and how obedience led to favor. One thing that I want you to do before we get started is please share this video, support by giving us a like and a comment, and please subscribe to our channel. That means so much to Jay and I, because we take it very seriously and we're always looking to see how we can meet the needs of our subscribers. Okay, so disclaimer, this video will be a little bit longer because I'm going to be telling a story of my obedience, and I have to give a little bit of background information. But please stay to the very end, because I have a central message that I would need to share with you all. So keep in mind that the idea of this is behind obedience, okay? So my grad school experience. This time last year, I was deciding which school to go to. Specifically, I was torn between two different alternatives, okay? Two different routes. Route A, at the time I was living in Texas. So Route A was for me to stay in Texas and go to school. Route B was to come back to New Mexico and do the program here. So there weren't too many differences, but the differences that they had, I was definitely favoring staying in Texas. So Texas, same cost as Route B, and it was going to be a shorter degree plan, and all the classes were offered in person. Now with option B, I had to do a hybrid program. And well, it's a hybrid program where part of it's in person, part of it's online, and it was longer, and it just seemed more complex. So in my mind, I ideally made up that I was gonna stay in Texas and do my graduate studies there because it's easier, simpler, and I'm getting the same degree. That was my idea. So then I was really pressed for time, and I didn't know what to do, but I was also torn because I felt like I needed to pray about it. So when I went to pray about it, each time God told me to go back to New Mexico. So I thought, God, you're not understanding me here. Maybe if I just pray a little bit harder, you will change your mind. So for those of you who have had experiences like this, God doesn't change his mind. Like when he says something, that's what he means. So what happened? Ended up back in New Mexico. Was I very happy about it? No. But I can guarantee you that decision alone saved my entire journey, grad school journey. So anyways, present day, guys, you know that we're experiencing the pandemic from COVID-19. So with that, it really opened up my eyes to see why God specifically had me placed here. So I know that I've seen in the news that there are some college students who had to be basically evicted out of their dorms, had to go back home, had all their stuff, put stuff in U-Haul. It was just really crazy. And at that time, if I was back in New Mexico, that would be me. If I was back in New Mexico, I'd be trying to figure out how to come back. 14-hour drive, 15-hour drive. Back in Texas, that would be me trying to come back to New Mexico, trying to figure out what my next steps are. Would I graduate on time? And because the program that I'm in right now is hybrid and we've already been on Zoom, I mean, there was always, since last year, I haven't skipped a beat. And so I think about stuff like that, and I was like, wow, God, your rejection was ultimately protection for where I am right now. And so when I think about it like that, my heart literally just is reminded of God's love for us. And when we think that we have it all figured out, and when we think we have the ideal plan for ourselves, we always have to consult God. And so not only has my schooling still, been going, and I haven't really missed a beat too much, I doors started to open up for me. Like I had no problem getting in with my practicum. When I reached my practicum placement that I'm in now, or just finished now, my next practicum has already opened up for me, where through that one experience, I was able to get another connection. And I also met an amazing mentor that has helped me and supported me throughout this journey. I'm here with my family and I have their support. So it's just a lot of things that have really lined up in my favor just because of my obedience to God. So in my last video, I talked about how obedience can be a way that we share God's word. And this is a prime example right here. I didn't think that me choosing to move back to New Mexico would ever be a testimony, ever serve any type of purpose, but it has weighed heavily on what God is doing in my life, what he plans to do for the future of GWS. Like if I was in Texas, I probably wouldn't have the mental capacity to even keep up with the platform, because who knows, I could have been just trying to figure out my next moves and trying to figure out how I'm going to pack all my things up and move back. So I just say that to say, guys, that when God says no, we definitely have to be obedient to his word, and ultimately just believe in him, trust in him, and he will guide and he will provide. So I hope that resonates with some of you. If you have a similar experience where you didn't want to be obedient, or you listen to God's plans regardless, please link them down below. I'd love to share your story. I'd love to read your story as I share mine, and we can definitely talk about that. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for listening to my video, and I will see you next time. If you haven't done so, please subscribe and then leave a like. See you guys.